So in the month of July, I received 8 dividend payments from some awesome companies like Coca-Cola and Altria Group. And in this video, we're gonna go through each of those payments and add them all up to reveal my dividend income for the month, as well as my total income received so far in 2023. And getting right into it, the first payment I received came from Coca-Cola, who paid me $10.69, a great way to kick off the month. And Coca-Cola actually just reported some really solid earnings for the quarter, where they beat on both the top and bottom line, I believe, for the 10th straight quarter in a row, which is great to see. But interestingly enough, the share price really hasn't moved much since the announcement. As we can see here in the last week, Coca-Cola is trading pretty flat. They're down 0.16% in the last month. They're moving a little bit more. They're up 3.2%, but then once again, zooming out so far in 2023, it's also trading pretty flat here. They're down just less than 1%. And then zooming out once more, guys, taking a look at their performance over the last 5 years, Coca-Cola is only up 35%, which isn't spectacular by any means. But Coca-Cola is one of the most consistent and reliable companies out there, which is why many investors, including myself, like to keep some around in the portfolio. And on that note, taking a look at my position, it's really nothing crazy. I don't have a huge Coca-Cola position. I have 23.2 shares and an average cost of $51.52. And like I said, it's not a huge position, but what I have is doing pretty well. I'm up about 21%, so I'm happy. But anyway, moving on to the next payment I received, this one came from Jeppy, who paid me $7.93, bringing my total so far for the month to $18.62. And this month's payment from Jeppy brought about yet another decline in dividends per share, which has been the trend so far this year with this ETF. As we can see, back in December, you were getting 57 cents per share from Jeppy, and it's trended down all year long pretty steadily. And the most recent payment was only 36 cents per share, which has been cause for concern for many investors. But nonetheless, guys, I am still continuing to hold. Taking a look at my position here, I have just over 22 shares of Jeppy at an average cost of $60.22, so I'm down 7.3%, but what I've made so far in dividends has more than made up for these share price losses, and overall my total return is in the green with Jeppy. And now moving on to the third payment I received, this one came from Altria Group, who paid me a whopping $48.10, which brings my total for the month to $66.72, and Altria Group is my portfolio's highest income generator and currently makes up just over 9% of my total dividend income. I haven't bought any shares of Altria Group in some time, so this number is coming down, and I'd realistically feel more comfortable with its income weighting being somewhere around 7% in my portfolio. So it's slowly but surely getting down to that level. And just showing you my position real quick, I have 51.1 shares of Altria Group at an average cost of $42.86. So right now my position's up just a little bit. I'm up nearly 7%, so I really can't complain too much, I guess. But anyway, this brings me to the next payment I received, which came from KRC, one of my favorite real estate investment trusts, who also paid me a pretty big payment, $38.34, which brings my total officially over the 3-figure mark for the month and leaves me with $105.06. And KRC is the second highest income generator in my portfolio and is currently responsible for 7.8% of my total dividend income. And just like with Altria Group, I want to keep an eye on the income weighting with this position because it's starting to get pretty hefty, but it's completely my fault because I have been buying more shares of KRC pretty consistently ever since I started the position sometime later last year. And just taking a look at my tranches, we can see just how consistently I've been buying this stock. I mean, just in July, I added 6 more shares to the position, but going back even farther, if we go all the way back to the beginning, we can see that I've been buying KRC every single month since I started the position. It looks like back in last August of 2022. And taking a look at my overall position, I have 77 shares of KRC at an average cost of $37.47. So right now, things are looking pretty good. I'm only down 5.35%, which is a lot better than it has been. And that's in part because I've been buying the dips so consistently with this stock, but also KRC's share price has just been rebounding hard lately, which has certainly helped. And taking a look at the share price performance real quick, just in the last 30 days, KRC is up 16.4%. So like I said, they've done really well lately, but year to date, they are still down a little bit. They're still down 7.3%. So they have some more room to keep going up, and I hope they do. But anyway, this brings me to the fifth payment I received in July. This one came from Main Street Capital Corporation, who paid me $9.03, which brings my total so far to $114.09. And Main Street has also been crushing it in terms of share price performance. Just in the last month, they're up about 9.5%, and then year to date, they're up a whopping 16%. So this company's doing really well in 2023. And as far as my position goes, I have 39.25 shares of Main Street Capital Corporation at an average cost of $38.88. So I'm up almost 9% right now. Things are looking pretty good. And now moving on to the next payment, this one is from Realty Income, the monthly dividend company, who paid me $10.25. My first double-digit payment from these guys, actually, and that brings my total so far in July to $124.34. And there's really nothing crazy been going on with Realty Income lately. No insane share price movements, nothing like that. So we'll just take a look at my position, and as you can see, I have about 40 shares of Realty Income at an average cost of $56.83. And right now, I'm sitting pretty with a near 8% gain. So very happy with Realty Realty Income. And now quickly moving on to the next payment, which came from Blue Owl Capital Corporation, OBDC, formerly known as ORCC. But anyway, they paid me $38.09, which brings my total for the month to $162.43. We are getting up there, guys. And Blue Owl has been crushing it so far in 2023. Just in the last month, the share price is up 4%, but then year to date, they are up a whopping 20%. So things are looking really good. And the same is true with my position. I currently have 116.4 shares of OBDC, and I actually added a little bit more this month. I picked up 1 share on July 5th, but anyway, my average cost per share with this position is about $13.50, so I'm up about 4.65%, nothing too crazy. And with that, guys, this brings me to the last payment I received in July, which came from WP Carey, who paid me $23.63. And WP Carey actually reported earnings today. As I'm recording this video, they beat on both the top and bottom line, but still, they are down nearly 4% for the day, which is kind of interesting. And their share price performance has been actually pretty lackluster so far this year. In the last month, they're up 1.25%, but if we look at their year-to-date performance, they are down over 12%, so a pretty big drop. And with this drop, my position is officially in the red. I have 22.1 shares of WP Carey at an average cost of $69.80, so I'm down almost 1.5%, nothing too crazy. But anyway, with the addition of this WP Carey payment, that brings my total for the month officially to $186.06, which is nearly 77% higher than my dividend income from last July, where I only brought in $105.26, so quite a big jump year over year. But anyway, this brings my year-to-date total so far in 2023 to $1,179.60, which is 26.3% higher than my income from this time last year. For the first 7 months of 2022, I only brought in $933.73. So guys, we are making some really great strides in the portfolio. I love to see it. And so now that we've taken a look at all of my dividend payments from this last month, I want to switch gears and show you all of the companies that are going to be paying me in this upcoming month here in August. And to do this, we are going to be using the payout calendar tool on the dividendtracker.com, and you can start using the dividend tracker for free. There's a link to it in the description of this video. I highly recommend you check it out. But anyway, these are all of my dividend payments in August from top to bottom, with the first one here being Apple, who's only going to be paying $1.60. But you know how it goes with Apple, guys. They are not known for their high dividend payments. Next up, I'll be getting a payment from Williams-Sonoma. Should be getting about $7.20 from these guys. And this will be my first dividend from Williams-Sonoma, so I'll be excited to receive that one. And then I'll also be getting one from Intel, near $8 from them. And then we've got the monthly payers all paying in August. We've got Jeppy, Main Street, and Realty Income. I do expect this payment will be a bit different because $7.93 is what I got in July, and I'm sure that Jeppy will update their dividend payment for the month here pretty soon. Hopefully it'll be higher than this last month, but I'm not holding my breath for that one. But anyway, after the monthlies, we'll have AbbVie paying a dividend. I'll be getting near $15 from them. We'll have one coming in from Lowe's, about $16.70. And then the two largest positions in my portfolio, Starbucks and Procter & Gamble, will both be paying. And we'll also be getting some nice dividend payments from both of the telecoms. We've got AT&T and Verizon paying near equal amounts in my portfolio, and we'll be closing it off here with Enterprise Products Partners, who will be paying the biggest dividend of the month, $37.42, which should in total put me over $200 for the month, which would be very exciting. This will be the second time that I've made over $200 in a month in dividends, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And then taking a look at how this is broken down on a weekly basis, there's a couple heavy hitter weeks here. The first week of August is going to be pretty nice. We've got Jeppy, AT&T, and Verizon, totaling about $65 just for the week. Then in the next week here, we only have that Lowe's payment coming in, it looks like here on the 9th. And then the third week, the 14th to the 20th, is going to be nice. Almost $100 just in this week, with the biggest day coming on the 15th. And we're closing out the month these last couple of weeks, nothing too crazy. We got near $30 coming in the 21st to the 27th. And then the last few days we'll be closing it out with Intel with a payment near $8 here on the 31st, the last day of the month. And with that, guys, if you're in the market for some cheap dividend stocks, then check out this next video right over here, where I'm telling you about 3 deeply discounted stocks, all of which look like great pickups as we head into the month of August. So click right over here to check them out, and I'll see you in the next one.